Next up on the Play and Display shelf review, we have ourselves from the Masters of the Universe Origins collection by Mattel, Buzz Off. Let's go. Now, the Masters of the Universe Origin line has been out for a long time now. On the back of the card, you can also see other figures that were released in this wave. We have the Sorceress, Stratos, and Jitsu. We also see a couple of the features of the figure. We can see the wings are spreadable, and it also has some twisting action to it, though. If we scroll up here, we also see comic books also included. All Masters of the Universe Origins figures have it. Great artwork on the back here, though. I really want to point this out, though. As a kid, I had this figure, and I got him, maybe I was way too young to remember anything about him, but I always thought he was a bad guy. On the front of the card, Buzz Off comes with a single weapon and an axe. As you scroll up, you can tell by the hands. His hands are going to be a little bit different from most of them here. His eyes are really probably the biggest drawing point here. You can also see it does come with a comic book. So let's go ahead and open up Buzz Off. It's just your standard blister pack, though, but what I like is open them from this little tab right here. You can just go ahead and grab it and pull out. If you don't want to really damage the back sometimes, some collectors like to keep the back of the board. I'm one of them, but we'll pull out this stuff here first. So the comic we get with this is Challenge of Jitsu, and so we do have a story in here that looks like it involves all the characters from this wave here. We got the Sorceress, Buzz Off, Stratos, and Jitsu. So they're all going to be here front and center. I do love these little mini comics. Oddly enough, as a kid, I lost all these, but these are probably some of my earliest comic books I ever owned right here. So the packaging is really simple. He is strapped in here with a couple of tie downs, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off. And out of the package comes Buzz Off. He does have a little blemish right up here on his chest, though, but for the most part, the figure looks pretty decent, though. What drew me to the line for Masters of the Universe, other than nostalgia, is that these figures right here have great posability, and they have really good detail, especially for the price you pay for them. A lot of collectors, I was really young when I got into Masters of the Universe, and by that time, the show was pretty much in reruns, and I kind of got into it late, though. But a lot of the adult collectors who I talk to nowadays really talk about how when they were growing up, though, how the Masters of the Universe figures brought a huge layer of detail that they didn't see before. Now, my original Buzz Off, I played with it so much, though, I popped this back wing off, and it would just pop off all the time. Eventually, when I refound it, it was missing the wing. Unfortunately, the box of toys that it was in, it just was never recovered, though. But these wings right here are just, feel like they're made out of way better material than whatever they offered in the 80s. Unfortunately, I don't own my original Buzz Off from the Masters of the Universe line I had as a kid, but Buzz Off was easily one of my favorite toys to play with. I didn't have a lot of Masters of the Universe figures, though, but this one easily was one of my top fives. To have in the collection, especially for the price you can get on these nowadays, a lot of times you can find them on clearance, or you can just go online. For my final review for Buzz Off, I have to say he was a peg warmer for a long time. I feel like a lot of people pass him up, though. They probably don't know the character. A lot of people who collect the Masters of the Universe Origins are going to be the 80s kids that grew up with the cartoon, with the original figures. This one, like I said, the main reason why I had to pick this one up was nostalgia reasons. I had this as a kid. But I would recommend picking this one up, though. This is one of the few characters that can fly. If you're doing some kind of diorama or anything like that with Castle Grayskull that the Masters of the Universe Origins line reproduced, definitely pick this thing up for sure. A couple cons I do want to point out, though, is, the quality right here probably varies from figure to figure. You might get some kind of scratches here. I don't know how well the paint holds up. He's got a smile on his face. I never remember him having a smile. Like I said, I thought he was a villain when I first got him. I didn't really see him in the cartoons a whole heck of a lot, though. But and also, the weapon does hold in his hand, but it doesn't look right with the claws, though, for all intended purposes, though. But for the most part, it is pretty decent, though. And one last final note: the Masters of the Universe Origin line really got me back into collecting toys again. Haven't collected anything for a long time, guys. I mean, way back when. But this was one of the series that brought me back into it, though. And